I'm back with part 3 of my top 25 worst rivalries list. Let's get on to number 8 to number 1, and tomorrow will be the last one. It will be the best world champions. And let's go on number 8 with Jeff Jarrett as WCW champion. Okay. He's going to be on my best world champions list, but his WCW champions, I forgot it happened. I forgot Jarrett was WCW champion in 2000. He beat Diamond Dallas Page for one. He won the Triple K match against DP and David Arquette, which we already mentioned. He was awarded the belt by Vince Russo, and he beat Ric Flair for his four reigns. I mean, the first time he won it should have been from Spring Stampede to Bash at the Beach, in my opinion. But yeah, Jarrett had a great run in TNA as world champions, but his WCW title reigns, I mean, it was great that he won the first time, but he didn't did well at the belt. He's not the worst WCW champion. Dave Arquette is. Number 7, Abyss as NWA / TNA title. I was like, wait, Abyss never held the TNA title. He only held the NWA World Championship, but I call it slash. I said slash because it was technically a TNA title at that point. He beat Sting once. He only had one run with it. He had one successful title defense against both Sting and Christian Cage at Turning Point 2006, and he lost it at Final Resolution 2007. I mean, he was NWA champion, cool, but his run was poor because he won in a disqualification. Yeah. And Abyss, he had one run with it. They were thinking about giving him another reign someday, but it didn't meant to be. But anyways. Number 6, Sid Vicious as WCW champion. It was after the Benoit departure because they needed a new world champion, and then Sid beat Kevin Nash twice in a span of a day. Because Nitro was live on Monday, the Thunder taping was on Tuesday, so they did 2 days. So yeah, his first run was just storyline wise, and his second run was only 78 days, the longest in WCW in 2000. So yeah. Number 5, Rhino as NWA / TNA title. Again, you're saying Rhino never held the TNA title. The NWA title was a TNA title at that point. Go back to Battle for Glory, another review I did in my 10-5-year review series, the first season I did. Rhino won the TNA title. He did triple duty. He beat Jeff Jarrett, and his run was a day. Well, a week, basically, because he won Battle for Glory. He lost it on the prime time of Impact. Like, what? 2 weeks later, I want to say, yeah. His run was short-lived, and his reign was poor. And the only reason they gave it to give it back to Jarrett. That was the only reason, just to give it back to Jeff Jarrett. Number 4, Kevin Owens as Universal Champion. Remember how he lost it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He lost in a quick squash match to Goldberg. And he loses to somebody who is number 1. But his first run, and his only run, was he won a 4-man match on Raw. And his reign, like Seth Rollins, was piss poor. And yeah, his run was short-lived because Goldberg destroyed him at Fastlane. I'm not going to put Goldberg on this list, but he's going to be on my best world champions list. Number 3, Chris Jericho as WCW champion. He won in the invasion when they did the invasion storyline. He beat The Rock at No Mercy 2001. His run, he had one title event at Rebellion 2001 against Kurt Angle, but he lost to The Rock. I think it was 2 weeks before the Survivor Series. So yeah, and then he unified the big gold belt in the WWE to become the undisputed champion. But yeah, Jericho, yeah, his run as WCW champion was, I mean, he won it was like Jarrett. It was a great moment for him, but his run was not that great. So, and by the way, I want to some of you people, who do you think is the worst world champions in any company? So yeah. Number 2, Randy Orton as World Heavyweight Champion. Oh boy. Orton won it the first time at SummerSlam 2004 against Benoit. He lost it to Triple H at Unforgiven 2004. He didn't have another reign until 2011 when he beat Christian 5 days later after he won the belt. People were so pissed off about that. And he beat him again at SummerSlam 2011. And then the WWE Champion and the World Championship unified. And yeah, his... And the reason I'm not putting his WWE Championship reigns here because they were longer than his World Title reigns. His World Heavyweight Championship reigns, at least. Before I reveal number 1, I gotta take a drink. Hold on. Number 1. And no, it's not Vince Russo. Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion. The sickening, disturbing, fucking stupid, terrible title reign in wrestling history. His first one was a fucking nightmare. His second one was a fucking nightmare. His third one, thankfully, was a month. And I will never want to see Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion or any champion anymore. More. It should have been one run. He should have lost it to Roman. That's it. Should never won a belt anymore in 2017. So yeah, Brock Lesnar is the worst world champion in my opinion. He never showed up on pay-per-views to defend the belt. I mean, oh yeah, he buried Samoa Joe, he buried Braun Strowman, he ruined Roman Reigns' momentum. He buried Finn Balor. Fuck his reign. I'm done with this fucking stupid, overpaying bastard. So there you go. That's my top 25 worst world champions ever. Tomorrow, the best world champions. Bye. Top 25 best world champions, I meant. Bye.